You're watching Around Town with Henry Dormann.
Around Town is sponsored by Chemung Canal Trust Company. They're really nice people. Trust is their middle name. Service is their motto. And I like them a lot, and that's why I bank there. If you ever come by to look me up, I'll be in the vault. Safe place. Have you ever been hypnotized? It's one of the really interesting things that do a lot of good. You'd be surprised. Here is Jack Hirsh. Did I pronounce it right?
Yes, you did.
He is a hypnotist from Rochester, and he speaks and appears at functions everywhere, including all the viewing area of the station. But you have, I thought your eyes, when you looked at somebody's eyes, you'd go boom and they'd be out. But it doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work quite that fast. We do have what we call the hypnotic gaze.
And everybody is hypnotized sooner or later. And you told me something I found fascinating, that you're hypnotized as you go to sleep.
That's right. In life, you're either awake or asleep or someplace in between. And hypnosis is that place in between. So you have to pass through hypnosis to go to sleep at night and then to wake up again in the morning. So everybody's been hypnotized. They just don't realize it.
Are you expensive?
I can be, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you, when you go to speak, you go to a group that hires you, and for a specific reason, they want to accomplish something through what you do. What do you do?
We've actually transitioned. Our focus right now is going mostly towards corporate speaking. So I do keynote presentations for corporations.
What's keynote? What does that mean?
It means I go in and I open up, like they're having a big meeting, I'll give like an opening presentation. So I talk about visionary thinking and goal setting, and then I demonstrate using hypnosis all the key points that I make during my talk.
And what does that cost? Depends on?
Depends on how far I have to travel. It's starting rate's around $5,000 to go in and give a keynote presentation, and then it goes up from there.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Can you loan me money?
Yeah.
You can hypnotize policemen who want to charge you for the meter? No, doesn't work that way.
The funny thing is, though, we were doing a show up in the Niagara Falls, New York area, and we decided we want to go across the border to just to Canada. And we got stopped by the Border Patrol, and they asked what we were doing. We had all of our sound equipment in the back of our car, and the Border Patrol officer asked us why we're going into Canada, and we said, just going in to visit. And she said, what's all the equipment? And my wife was driving. She says, well, he's an entertainer. And she says, oh, a singer? And I said, no, a hypnotist. She goes, don't look at me, go ahead and go right through. So just the idea of possibly being hypnotized has helped me out a couple times.
Is your wife traveling with you all the time?
She does. She actually runs the business. I'm the monkey on stage, and she runs the business.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you been doing this?
I started doing hypnosis 15 years ago.
Now, I have a question for you, because in the day, this goes, you won't remember this, but when I was growing up, there was only radio, there was no television. And there was a hypnotist named Ralph Slater who appeared every Sunday, and he would do this quick hypnosis, picking people from the audience to say, one, my name was Ralph Slater, two, my name, and then bingo, three, they'd be out. Was this a show, or did it really happen? It looked like, it was like Edgar Bergen.
I remember
Johnny
Edgar
McCarthy.
Bergen and Charlie McCarthy.
A dummy on radio.
Doing hypnosis on radio, first of all, is a little weird to me, because to me it's a very visual experience, but it doesn't really happen that fast. It can happen in as quick as a minute. It can take up to 10 minutes to hypnotize a person, but that person was probably either a plant or you've been pre-hypnotized before the show and then brought up in what we do an instant induction after they've been hypnotized before.
You're a fascinating guy. You must have an unbelievably interesting marriage with hypnosis as part of it.
Yeah, my wife wouldn't let me inside her brain for the longest time when I first started learning hypnosis. But like I said, just before you fall asleep at night, you have to pass through hypnosis. And she was laying in bed one night, and I noticed her breathing started to shift to where she was starting to settle in. And I just leaned over and said, you know, donuts tomorrow morning would be really great. If somebody would just go get donuts in the morning, that would be really great. She got up in the morning and she goes, I think I want some donuts. Do you want any donuts? So she ran out and got donuts for us the next morning.
Has she forgiven you for this?
Yeah, she still brings it up every once in a while. She's not too happy about it.
You have a fascinating life.
It's very fascinating, yeah.
Now, how far do you travel?
Right now we're northeast, so all the way from, we were in Bangor, Maine not too long ago, all the way down to Philadelphia. So
you're on the road all the time?
Yes.
Oh, that must be fun. How do people contact you?
Website, jackhirsh.com.
H-I-R-S-H.
IRSH.
And a phone?
585 224-6256. It'll get you right to my wife, Dina.
Ask for Mrs. Hirsh. Dina.
Ask for Dina. Yeah.
Ask for Dina. And Dina's taking pictures of us.
She is.
She corroborates and puts down everything that we're talking about.
Yeah, she's going to put it all up on our website.
Really?
Yeah.
What a fascinating life you have. Now, when you do these things for corporations, do you actually take some members of the audience and hypnotize them right there?
Yes, I pull them right out of the audience, and that always makes people nervous when they first hear that I'm going to do hypnosis right there live. But put their minds at ease. I never humiliate anybody. I don't ask anybody to come up that doesn't want to come up. I do a couple simple suggestibility tests to find the best volunteers in the audience. Once I figure out who the best people are, I invite them to come down on stage and join me, and you'd be surprised. People are very willing to come down. And
You got a good voice.
I've developed it over the years. I had to learn how to speak a little bit softer. I used to speak very nasally and in my head, and I've learned to lower my voice a little bit. So.
When they heard you were coming, one of the people, this is the Chamber of Commerce building in Elmira that we're using for a moment, one of the Chamber of Commerce people came by and I said, you know, would you like to be hypnotized? And she said, oh no, she said, I don't want a bell ringing and making me crow, which is what her feeling was of hypnotism. But there's a lot more good things that come from hypnotism.
There is, yes. I started out as a clinical hypnotist, which means I would help people quit smoking, lose weight, get rid of fears and phobias, and I did that for a while and helped quite a few people, but I started seeing stage hypnotists, and that just really interested me, so I started learning how to go up on stage and do it for fun, and once I started having fun, I closed my office, and now we do the stage hypnosis and the corporate keynote speaking mostly. I don't really see anybody for clinical reasons anymore.
What a life you lead. This must be fascinating, and you're such a young person. Where did you learn how to hypnotize?
I've trained with a couple of the best guys in the world, really. For the clinical hypnosis, I trained with a guy by the name of Richard Nongard down in Dallas. And for the stage hypnosis, I learned that from Mark Savard, who's got one of the #1 shows on the Las Vegas Strip.
You ever done Vegas yet?
No, Vegas is pretty crowded, and I don't know if I...
Crowded with hypnotists.
There's probably 4 hypnotists within a mile of each other out there.
Really?
Yeah.
But they get big money.
They do get big money, but they have to pay big money. They've got a lot of overhead. I like touring around doing my keynote speeches. No overhead that way.
So you don't have compartments that people have to go in and other things that you do. You just do it regularly.
Right.
I say that because I don't know what I'm talking about, what regularly means. But put yourself in his hands. There's a phone call coming in now right away. Somebody must be asking for you. You ought to give him a ring. Try his website. Fascinating things, and he does so many good things in motivating corporate meetings, which is really the main part of your business now.
Yes, it is.
There's no hope for me. I'm unhypnotizable. I said that, but he said no. He said you can hypnotize anybody given a little time. We're going to try now. I'll be here. If you don't see me for a while, too bad.
Around Town with Henry Dormann will return in a moment.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Yeah, it's going down. We about to live it up, y'all. Let's go.
It's a big world, and now we're loving this town. It's our turn, so put your hands up. We on the big screen, and everybody's here living out our dreams. Dreams, whoa. Yeah, yeah. Don't be scared, take a chance. Come on, give me a hand. It's time to laugh, time to smile. Now let's get up and dance. Come on, everybody, let's live it up. Let it out if you can't get enough. This right here gon' make you jump, jump, jump. This is home. This is the place. We break it out, we sing it loud, scream and shout. This is home. Hey, yeah. This is home.
Life, it never stops moving, getting from here to there, managing long hours at work, juggling a busy home. You need a bank that keeps up. That's Chemung Canal Trust Company. Bank online, bank with our mobile app, deposit a check with your smartphone. Open an account at Chemung Canal and bank with us anywhere, anytime. Chemung Canal Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is home.
We now return to Around Town with Henry Dormann.
I love good food, and Ithaca has a lot of places that have good food. I'm getting tired. I need an energy spot with some good food. This is Jason, who runs, how do you pronounce the name? Like Coltivare? Coltivare, which is owned by a school and is nonprofit.
Correct.
Tell us about this. And he's
Sure.
the one that runs the whole thing, and we're sitting in the dining room, which surrounds the entire block here.
Yep.
What a piece of real estate.
Well, thank you. Well, my name is Jason Sidle, and I'm the Director of Operations for Coltivare. It is
Where did you come up with the name?
It was a name that was thought of through basically just a group of folks, PR folks, and people at TC3, which is the college that we are an extension of.
What does TC3 mean?
Tompkins Cortland Community College.
Got it.
And Coltivare is Italian for cultivate. So the reason that was decided on for the name for us is because we cultivate learning, we cultivate education, we cultivate new food systems, and we cultivate just a learning aspect in trying to educate the community on local foods, supporting local businesses, and great ways to eat and use the local resources.
This is a wonderful job. I don't have to do anything but introduce him, and he just carries it all. And the menu is terrific. It's an unusual menu and very, very interesting. Not the usual hamburgers.
Correct. Well, we try to use as many local farms as possible. So one of our main burgers that we have is actually an elk burger, which is from a farm located out in Cortland County, near the city of Cortland. We also use a wide variety of local farms for cheeses, for produce, and TC3 started, or Tompkins Cortland Community College started a sustainable farming program 2 years ago, and we actually have our own farm. So we have a 60-acre farm, which they've developed about 6 acres of it. We have greenhouse, and we have a couple of hoop houses, and we actually grow a large number of our produce and things right now, our salads and lettuces, at our own farm.
And you have students actually serving?
Students work the farm that are in the program.
And serve tables here?
And they serve tables here. So the ultimate goal will be that we'll grow all of our own food at our own farm. We'll use the food here to serve to our customers and to our students who come here to attend their culinary classes. And then
they actually do classes here?
We have classrooms here. So TC...
In the restaurant itself?
Yes. So Tompkins Cortland Community College started a culinary program 2 years ago. And we actually have a classroom here at the restaurant that has the equivalent to 10 full-size kitchens in it. And that's where the students attend class. So instead of going to the campus, they actually come to Coltivare to attend class.
And you've got a kitchen that's par none.
Correct. Yep. And that's
a state-of-the-art kitchen.
Yep. That's their classroom. And then we have classes where...
Don't tell your wife about it. She should not see the kitchen. The kitchen is absolutely gorgeous. My wife loves kitchens. Very expensive.
Very expensive. But
do you get to eat free?
I mean, I guess it's one of the few perks that we
loaded question.
But the students actually are integrated into the operation of the restaurant through classwork. So they have classes where they have to work in the kitchen, producing food that's grown at our farm and is served out to our customers.
And where did you get all the training to take over this ultra responsible job?
I am actually an alum of Tompkins Cortland Community College, so I have my 2-year degree in hotel and restaurant management. I obtained my 4-year degree from Rochester Institute of Technology in hotel and restaurant management. And then about a year ago, I finished my MBA.
Really? What's the goal? Do you want to have your own restaurant someday?
I don't know if I would like to own my own restaurant. I really enjoy the teaching aspect and working with the younger students and the younger folks to really kind of give them the tools they need to be successful.
It must be a real thrill to see the glint in their eyes when they've made a souffle that works.
It is. It is. I mean, it's rewarding. It's very rewarding, and that's one of the things I like the most about it.
Is there a specialty that you serve here?
I think that we serve some really great seafood. One of the local, on our new menu coming up, because we change our menu seasonally, we're going to have local trout, which is absolutely just awesome and to die for. We have some great local ingredients
He's
that
not
we
a
use in
salesman.
desserts.
He's not a salesman. Go ahead.
We have some great desserts that we use local ingredients for, local dairy farms and stuff that we get ingredients from. And then I think we also utilize like the proteins that we can get locally. The chickens we get locally, the elk burgers that we serve are all local.
Last year, I had lunch here and I had a dessert. I can't remember the name of it, but it was absolutely stupendous. I was addicted.
I would be willing to bet it was probably our phyllo wrapped creme brulee.
Right, you are. Yes.
That is probably by far the most popular item that we serve, and it's to die for. It's excellent.
Do you make them and freeze them?
We make them and fresh, and then freeze them, and then make them again as people order them. So we do finish them off as per order.
You have a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, tons of fun. I mean, we're surrounded by students all the time, so it's great.
Does
If
your
you don't
wife-
have fun doing this, you can't have fun in this industry.
Does your wife come in to look at the kitchen and cook too?
She comes in to look, but she doesn't cook.
No.
No. She comes in for lunch and dinner.
Good for her.
Yeah, good for her.
She married well.
One of us married well. I don't know if it's her.
Now, is this really owned by the school?
It's actually owned by TC3's foundation.
So it's nonprofit all
It
the
is
way
nonprofit,
through?
correct.
That's a great idea. Who came up with that?
The president of Tompkins Cortland Community College, his name is Carl Haynes, and this is kind of his baby. This is one of the things that he wants to leave as his legacy. And it's up to us to work hard and make it come true.
That's quite an inspirational activity.
Yeah.
He's got to inspire a lot of people.
And well, that's really what he's best at. I mean, he's a great leader. He's very inspirational, and he's a great person to ultimately work for.
If you happen to see this, you've certainly got a fan club here. Wow. What, among all of the experiences that you've had, I always like to ask this question, in a restaurant especially, there must be some experience that really has been embarrassing and terrible and something you talk about and remember for the rest of your life. What is one?
Well, being that I've worked in hotels and restaurants for over 20 years, there's probably quite a few. But here at Coltivare, when we first opened, we were so popular. I mean, we fit probably about 750 people in this place.
How long ago did you open?
We opened
Recently.
in December of 2014.
Yeah,
So
recently.
not long, about a year and a half. Yeah. And the first night we opened, we had way too many people in here than we could really fit. We had students who were making food. We had people doing interviews, and it was just wonderful but enjoyable chaos at the same time.
But you loved it.
Oh yeah. If you don't love it, you can't do this business.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You are a good talker.
Good.
I bet you're a good chef too.
So, some would say yes, some would say no.
It's a place worth visiting. They have a menu that is super, unlike any other restaurant in the whole area here, not only Ithaca, but all around. And they really should be congratulated. It's worth it. I come here as often as I can, and if you hurry, I'll be here. And if you're in a really good mood, hurry by, because I'm looking for someone to pick up the check, and you could be it. We'll see you.
Around Town with Henry Dormann will return in a moment.
My name is Joe Veras, and I'm the Chief Meteorologist at WENY. The Twin Tiers is home for me. This is where I live, this is where my family lives, this is where we own our home, this is where my children were born. I love this community. I love the fact that everyone rallies around each other. People know each other, people have each other's backs. I don't think you would see that in some bigger cities. We know each other, we help each other out. This is a great community to live in. This is home.
Life, it never stops moving. Getting from here to there. Managing long hours at work. Juggling a busy home. You need a bank that keeps up. That's Chemung Canal Trust Company. Bank online. Bank with our mobile app. Deposit a check with your smartphone. Open an account at Chemung Canal and bank with us anywhere, anytime. Chemung Canal Trust Company. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Yeah, it's going down. We about to live it up, y'all. Let's go.
It's a big world, and now we're loving this town. It's our turn, so put your hands up. We on the big screen. And everybody's here living out our dreams, dreams, whoa. Yeah, yeah. Don't be scared, take a chance, come on, give me a hand. It's time to laugh, time to smile, now let's get up and dance. Come on everybody, let's live it up, let it out if you can't get enough. This right here gonna make you jump, jump, jump. This is home, this is the place. We break it out, we sing it loud, scream and shout. This is home. Hey, yeah. This is home.
We now return to Around Town with Henry Dormann.
You know, we're always looking for kind of secret places where you can buy things at great bargains. And we found one that's been here forever and is kind of a monument to Hammondsport. But it's really worth a visit. You can furnish a whole house here with antiques that are very, very good, very well priced. And these are the two people that run the place. Would you introduce yourselves? Tell, wait a minute, just say the name of the place, the address of the place, the phone number, and the website. Can you do all that?
I can't, but this guy can.
Then we can talk about individual pieces that are worth really looking at, that are special bargains. Take it away.
This is Opera House Antiques, and we're 61 to 63 Sheether Street here in Hammondsport, New York. Our number is 607-569-3525.
You knew all that without looking at the card.
No.
No?
That I do. I don't. Yes, I'll do it without looking at the card. Okay.
What's the website?
Who was that?
Our website is www.operahouseantiques.org. And
That's nice. And you're open when to when?
we're open every day from 10 until 5, and except for January, February, and March, when we're open only on Saturdays and Sundays.
And you own this along with some other people who
We've been in
exhibit
business
with
for
you.
30 years. We started with 3 vendors, with 3 dealers, and today we have 11 dealers sharing everything equally. It's a true cooperative.
And you have some very, very special and fascinating and interesting things. There are about 4 of them.
Yes.
Tell us about 4 of them.
Dick
Take it
will tell
away.
you.
Did you give your names, by the way?
I have not. My name's Dick Rothfuss. I'm currently the manager here, which is a kind of a default job. If you leave the room when they vote on you, you win. 4 items that we have.
What's his name?
Well, this guy's Terry Bilancio. He's the brains behind all the money that goes on through here.
And his wife, if you come by, ask for his wife, because she knows everything.
Yes, she does. Willie Bilancio.
So now, what are the 4 pieces?
One of the items is out in the other room. It's a large wall clock. It's about 51 inches long from the Waterbury Clock Company. It's a 30-day movement with a seconds bit, made in Waterbury, Connecticut.
A second spit?
Seconds hand.
Oh, second hand, okay.
In the clock people trade, they call it a bit.
I didn't know that.
And clocks with second bit are more desirable than those without. So this is a large oak wall clock, about 19 inches wide, 51 inches long. Current retail on it's about $1,250. Original cost on it.
We figured that.
The original cost on this item was $18.
Really?
So in 1900, that was a fairly good amount of cash.
And what have you on the
The second
table?
item is a tumble up. Tumble ups were for water or liquid for your nighttime refreshment by the bed on a bedside table. Some of them actually used to have a small cup here. Wasn't for brandy. It was actually for your pills if you had to take some in the middle of the night, and it was available to pour yourself a drink. This one is peacock blue with enameling. Was done in the 1900s, the Victorian piece. Right now we're asking about $135 for it.
Isn't this is kind of the Hammondsport version of the Antique Roadshow?
All right.
And you got something outside in the showroom too.
Yeah.
A big desk?
Yeah. One of the other items out in the front of the shop, actually near the street, is a large walnut postmaster's desk, dating to the late 19. I keep doing that. Dating to the late 1800s.
When you're on television, this
Yeah.
happens.
It was brought up here from Virginia. One of our dealers found it in Virginia and purchased it and brought it here. And now it's for sale locally here in Hammondsport for
$1,895.
And it's a pristine condition.
Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful.
You can see a lot of handwork was done.
What would you
making it.
use it for with all those cubby holes?
Be a nice work desk in your home, your man cave.
Very good. And what's the fourth item?
Fourth item is a butter press table. It's a triangular table. It has 3 legs with a wooden paddle, and what would happen would be the batch of butter freshly churned would be placed on that table, and then the paddle would be rubbed over the butter to press out all the as much of the liquids as possible. It would be a very good end table from the 1800s also, and it would probably be, as I say, good for an end table. She's asking $495 for that.
That's a pretty good bargain.
Yes, it is.
You have a lot of good bargains.
Yes.
What old things sell the best?
I would say the furniture has been selling extremely well this year, particularly marble top tables. We've moved many marble top tables through this shop in the past several months.
And when you both come in to work here, you're very relaxed and informal.
Oh, absolutely. It's
Very.
We try to greet everybody at the door, make them feel welcome.
Why is it that he has long pants on and you have short pants on?
Because I'm relaxed and informal.
I thought it was because you had better legs.
Well, I do. At least according to his wife.
I got that little lick there. Oh, we have a lot of fun here.
Yes. And I went to a Rotary breakfast this morning.
You did?
Yes, I did.
They don't drink at Rotary breakfasts, do they?
No, we had coffee and water.
I was a speaker at one of those Rotary luncheons, and they gave me a ballpoint pen as a souvenir.
Well, maybe you can come and speak to our Rotary Club. We'll give you a ballpoint pen too.
It's a deal. It's a deal. They wear out, you know. You have a lot of fun here.
Yes.
Do you know where everything is?
We try to, since we work, we share all the jobs here, so we share selling. And one of the things we try to do is get in here early to check out to see what dealers might have brought in that might be different from what was in before.
And they can ask for you.
If I'm here, yes.
And if you're not, someone will know you. And if
Everybody
they
here knows
ask for you and they come in as a result of the show, do you get a discount?
We can talk about it.
Smart fellow, smart fellow. We'll be here talking about it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You're such a delightful couple of characters. You must, underneath your seriousness, have really a twinkle in the eye, both of you, because you laugh and smile a lot.
Thank you.
We try to have fun here.
You love what you do, and you love going golfing instead of doing it.
Absolutely.
Well, I can't speak for both of us.
Well, thank you very much. Come by, they've got all kinds of bargains. Just come and look. I guarantee you will not leave without wanting something, and the prices are terrific. And they have everything, and you really can furnish a house from here, including the plates. I'll be busy checking out bargains.
You're watching WENY HD.